particularly for the 2023 release, we heard that keeping your working files, your design files in sync as DGNLibs is being developed is an issue for you. So we've added 2 new tools to help with this. You can now import prototypes from DGNs or DGNLibs. So you can update a working file from the DGNLib, or if you've created a testing kind of prototype in a working file, you can add it to the DGNLib. So this is really helpful when you need to move a prototype around, either from DGNLib to DGN, DGNLib to DGNLib, in case you need to copy it to a different standards file. Maybe you've built the one-off in your working file, you need to put it back in the standards file. So this will help a lot with maybe refreshes of standards, adding new standards to project files. We've also added the ability to synchronize drainage data across a DGN or a folder of DGNs from the content that's in a source file, which would normally be a DGNLib. Okay, so we can again synchronize drainage data across a set of DGN and DGN from DGNLibs. We've also heard that it's difficult to bring GEOPAK drainage data forward into the open civil products. So we've done some improvements around that. So I've got a video of that. So go ahead and take a look at that. So we are in a drainage DGNLib, and we got some prototypes here. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new prototype. And we're going to go ahead and duplicate the catchment prototype. So imagine I've just made new changes to the DGNLib. I need to go synchronize those down to the working file. Notice that in those working file, they are not there, but we do now have an import button. I'm going to go find my DGNLib. And there we go. It synchronized it back down. Okay. Now the feature definitions aren't there using this, but you can just go in and synchronize your feature definitions as well. And from standards, if there are new feature definitions for these items, and you can kind of wire them up, but at least this way you're getting those database items from your recently added or updated DGNLib. We're going to go ahead and look at the import drainage functionality. So we've got some OpenFlows data. And if we look at our catalog here, there's no conduit catalog and no storm data. And there are no prototypes. Right, so we imported this from import drainage model, but it didn't bring the standards behind it. And this is more if you're using a Stormcat standalone. So we've imported this stuff over. So in the civil tools in this backstage view, we've got the synchronized drainage data. So if we go open another file to kind of close any open instance of the that drainage file, so we do need to back out, go to this temp file, we're going to go ahead and synchronize. We're going to go get our source file, which is our DGNLib. Okay, so we're going to go select the model. Okay, and there we go. We've got supporting elements, our catalogs, our prototypes. In this example, we're just going to bring everything over We're going to go ahead and browse the file that needs to be updated. Okay, we're going to go ahead and synchronize it. So this tool is kind of a standalone. It doesn't work while you are in the DGN. You just run it from another DGN and it will force import those over. Okay. And you do have a log file, so it will tell you the results. Let's go back and check the import from OpenFlows. And there we go. We now have our storm data, our catalog, and our prototypes. Okay. If you don't want to open it from inside the DGN, you can run it here using the Haystad data synchronizer, and it will work in ProjectWise. Okay. So you can run it as a standalone application or from inside of the DGN, but it just can't be run from inside the DGN that is going to receive the new items, just because the database is open and we need it kind of packaged away to make sure everything is consistent internal. So notice here, this is V8i GEOPAK. So if you have to uplift an old file, we're going to go ahead and do this report builder, and we're going to go ahead and look at how we can export. I'm going to go ahead and select export and hit include. And I'm going to set my decimals and delimiter. We're going to go ahead and generate. And now this is our export. We got combined everything here. We've got our links, nodes, inlets, and areas. And we got our columns here. And we're going to use these in our import into OpenRoads. And we're going to use Model Builder to do this. Okay, sync it in. And of course, you can modify and edit those tables and columns if you needed to using Model Builder. And there we go. So this is old data that has now been uplifted over using a GEOPAK export and then OpenRoads import. Okay, just going through some properties. You also can map over the baseline feature and offset as well as the elevation reference. Okay. And if we go ahead and reference in the source data, so here's in red, right? That's our previous data. And it looks like it matches pretty good. So we can upgrade from a V8i. It's not direct GEOPAK drainage, but you just export and then you can re-import.